Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse an unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Rach Da Gem back for another episode of Melanin Boulevard. This week we have an amazing guest, Mr. Gerard. Welcome to the Boulevard.
Thank you for having me, Rach Da Gem. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. Thanks for taking time out, of course. So we're going to talk about everything you do here in Las Vegas and across the country, really. And so you guys are going to get to know him. He is a businessman and he has a line of Shea butters. So excited to talk about that because he's popping out here, if you don't know. But first, just to kind of touch on some things that have been happening. I haven't really been talking about what's been going on in the world recently, the last couple of weeks. But Kamala was just named the, vice president, well, maybe future vice president with Biden. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, personally, I love the fact that there's a woman being nominated, or not even nominated, being accepted as the role. One of the things I just want to say is I love everything about her because I dislike everything of what we have right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really a social media troll or a person that really, navigates through different news programs. So I kind of get my own little perception about things. And from what I know and from what I see, anybody can do a great job other than what we have right now. What I think of Kamala right now is I think that she is the right person for this position. There is no one else, and that's why she's there.
I have my thoughts when it comes to like politics, but I think that people are super hard on anyone who is a woman or anyone who is Black in a powerful position. So with her being announced, and then people, it's kind of like a 50-50 split right now of how people feel about it. I think the idea, because it's a mark in history, is pretty amazing. Regardless of her background, she has like a South Asian background, and a African-American Black background. So either one of those is pretty amazing because it marks a time in history where we are seeing something different.
And you know what, Rach Da Gem, one of the things I noticed, just listening, my wife watches a lot of YouTube and things that are happening in Lincoln Project and all of that stuff. And one thing I know for a fact is that Black people have a lot of hate in their heart, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a human nature thing. It's more like a defense mechanism. We're gonna not like you because you have to prove yourself to us. So with that being said, I know and I believe that Black people don't like her for whatever reason they have, but they're willing to say, show me that you can become a better person and not hurt us like we've been hurt before. So I think that's where the hate is coming from. I don't think that we're just ignorant and we're just like, oh, I don't like her. We just have a defense mechanism, built into us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's been some things that she's done in her past that may be questionable when it comes to politics and, where she stands.
I don't know. Educate me on that.
Her prosecution, how many people she prosecuted her over sentencing of people, those types of things have been brought up. And it's something that we can definitely raise an eyebrow to, but at the same time, these are also questions that we should be asking of everyone else. So sometimes it seems like when other people are in the same position, we aren't digging in the past like that and trying to figure out what laws they voted on and what their stance was. But when it comes to maybe someone who looks more like us, we have a higher expectation and we dig a little bit deeper. But why are we expecting first of all, we're talking about politics.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I think
yeah, yeah,
it's same cat, same suit. So are we
yeah.
expecting something different from someone in that same line of business?
Well, it's sort of like being a business owner. Just because you're black, people think they're supposed to get something for free or a discount.
Yeah, I don't know why they would think that. We gave stuff for free a long time ago, so that's done.
And with the prosecutor being a minority, I just feel everyone thinks that they should get a pass when the fact of the matter is she has a job to do. She signed on to be a prosecutor, and that's her job. How she did her job, I have no idea. All I know is that, first of all, you shouldn't be standing in front of a prosecutor and expecting something good to happen. Secondly, I think that we should all stand up and applaud the fact that there is a black person, a person of minority, a female in that position rather than what we could have in that position. Because the fact of the matter is, more people that look like her will give us a better chance of rehabilitating than going to jail and doing extra time that we don't deserve. So I applaud her for what she did and who she was. That's her job. And what she can do now is the question. What is she going to do with it now? Because people change in certain positions in politics and all that stuff will expose you. And we have to think about the fact that she's going to be exposed. But right now, what we have in office right now is exposed, and I just don't like the look of things right now. So good for her. Good for Biden.
Definitely. So we'll see how this plays out, and I hope everybody gets out there and they vote, because even if you don't think that it matters, just go do it anyways.
Yeah.
If it don't matter, do it anyways. That's just kind of how I see it.
Well, in your opinion, do you think this is going to be one of the most historical turnouts ever in election history?
No.
Ooh, wow.
I don't.
Wow.
There's still a lot of people who are on the fence when it comes to, how the popular vote versus the electoral vote situation goes. So it's kind of like, it's easy to get into the thought process of this is rigged, it's already planned, blah, blah, blah. And on top of that, we have the whole thing going with the post office. If we're going to be doing mail ballots, how is that going to work if the mail is being slowed down? I think there was something, an article saying there were, I guess, mail systems that were shut down
fact. Yeah.
to slow down the mail. So I don't know. It's going to be, I have no idea.
Well, they're practicing right now, Rach Da Gem. I have a friend who's been in the USPS system for quite some time. So I asked him, because I do a lot of shipping, I said, why is it that I can mail something today and something tomorrow, but the package I mail tomorrow gets there quicker? And the first package takes about 7 more days to get there. He said, because there's a restriction now on how they ship their products. Sometimes they just grab stuff and they hold it and they put it to the side, and they get shipped when they're told to.
Wow.
So the whole system is rigged now, and he says there's no real control. The USPS system doesn't have control. So that's why there's this dysfunction with shipping right now. And I'm hit hard with it because 90% of my business is dependent upon shipping. So I noticed the difference, and it is not good. You go to the post office, you pull down that leverage to throw your package in after hours, it's full. You can't put anything in. And I thought because it was full, that was the reason. But he says, no, they purposely stop you from shipping stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so when you mention the word rig, it's alive and well. It's alive and well. It's
Why do you, what's your opinion on that? What do you think that's happening?
Well, just doing my history, knowing my history, the elections were always rigged. There's always new systems that they find out how to rig the voting for minorities. And to me, it's just that simple. I don't need to really go into any philosophical theory about it. It's just what it is. They are strictly trying to rig the election.
Yeah, I don't really know how another 4 years under this guy is going to go. It's been so rough, and so many things have happened. Um, there's been a lot of things being uncovered, but at the same time, it's been a lot of destruction as well. So
Hmm.
it's a
Hmm.
little bit scary. It's because it's so unknown, and we see how little control we have. So if they can control the mail, people communicating back and forth through the mail, there was rumors of like the internet being shut down. How are we going to communicate? How are we going to get information? That's if you control the communication, you control so much.
Important, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
it's pretty scary to think that we just have so little control.
Yeah, and based on my 57 years experience, I've been through the 60s, 70s, and I kind of got to put the 80s and the 90s together. But it seems like chaos happening, and every decade there was some kind of chaos. And one beautiful thing about that is Black people always found opportunity in chaos. And it's the white America that are in a panic. They are losing their minds because this chaos is new, but they're not singled out. They're not singled out. This chaos that's happening now is involving them. They can't handle it.
Yeah.
But it's sad to say, but it's kind of like something we're used to. It's like, if things go wrong and go to the left, we just kind of go, let's adjust, let's adjust. It's unfortunate, sad,
This
but
is fact.
57 years of living, it's
Yeah.
the way we roll.
This is a
You
fact.
know, we find opportunity in chaos.
We do. Listen, even with this like shutdown, so many businesses have been born. So many great things have happened that I'm proud to say. I've been able to just expand on so many things during this time, and I'm like, man, if the shutdown didn't happen, I wouldn't have had time for this. Like the opportunity is everywhere, and it's amazing. And it is sad because we as Black people are prone and so used, and survival mode is embedded in our DNA. And so when
Yeah.
things happen, we go to the noodles.
Yeah.
Okay, white people don't know how to go to the noodles.
Well, see, we know the ingredients.
Yeah.
I always say that to my wife, and a lot of people always ask, "How did you guys stay together for 30 years?" I just lied. 22 years.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what?
How do we stay together? Well, we know the ingredients of each other. Before we decided to live with each other. What is she made of? What does she do that I don't like, and can I handle it? Because there's going to be everything. She's a different ethnicity, different cultures. She's raised on the West Coast. She's older. A lot of differences here. So I had to know her ingredients. So I say that, Rach Da Gem, to say, when you're dealing with this thing called life, when you come out of that womb and you're raised by a parent, the parent has to teach these kids the ingredients. And part of life right now is chaos. And if you teach them about chaos, oh, that is so sad. But you got to have that talk. You got to prepare them for the chaos because you're Black in America. And if you don't, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling that person that you're responsible for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my kids are aware of what's going on in society because, you can't really shield them from the world. And these tough conversations have to be had because you can't sit back and act like it's not happening, and then they go out.
But you need to protect them, protect their innocence for a while too. That's
You
a
do.
beautiful thing. That innocence is beautiful.
Keeping that child's innocence is very important. I don't necessarily just start the conversations, but my kids are talkers, and so when they see something, we address it. And I just feel that you have to be honest with them and bring it down to their understanding, their age level. So, but you can't sugarcoat it. Our kids have to know what's going on because you don't want it to be a shock later. We can't keep them in a bubble forever.
No, the world's cold-blooded. It'll expose everything that you don't want them to be exposed to. So it's best that you catch it when it's presented to them and say, this is why, this is it, this is it. Because kids are not developed enough to draw their own rightful perception of things. They see it and they draw a kid's perception. But that's when you step in. And I must say, I know your kids and you're doing a great job, fabulous job. I love them.
Oh, thank
Those
you.
are kids I love to be around, and great job. Well, I applaud you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I work hard. It's 24-hour
shows.
job.
Yeah, it shows, definitely.
So I want to thank you. I want to talk about you and your business and what you do. So if you could just let everyone know what you do, give your introduction.
Alrighty. Well, first of all, I want to say that thank you for having me on. I listen to your podcast quite often. I go to sleep streaming your podcast over and over again because I love the topics. I'm learning a lot, and part of being a business owner is to listen and learn. I'm not the person that sits here and think I know everything, and I'm not biased to where my opinion is always right. I have to learn how to grow, and in order to do that, I learn to listen to your podcast, which gives me a different perspective of things. So thank you for the outlet, and you're doing a great job with your guests. Your guests are, wow, I'm honored to be a part of this.
Because, thank you.
Yeah, some of the guests that you put on there, I mean, I was totally impressed with the dialogue, the conversation, and the gifts that they gave to me. So once again, thank you. So getting back into me, I don't like talking a lot about me, so I'm going to talk about the business. The business is Shea La Femme Butter. I am a shea butter company, and when people hear shea butter, the first thing they think about is the yellow, hard compound that they're used to for centuries. Well, my shea butter is refined, and it is used as a moisturizer, body moisturizer, where the other shea butter is used more for hair treatment. It does have properties that can be used for acne, stretch marks, insect bites, and a host of other healing properties. But what separates me from everyone else, Rach Da Gem, is that I combined a fragrance with my shea butter, which allowed me to have actually 31 fragrances as of today. I don't use essential oils. I use attar, which is a botanical fragrance that has no perfume, no alcohol. It's botanical, it's derived from flowers, and I fused it with the shea butter, and I've come up with some of the most consumable shea butter ever. It's been proven that this is the most consumable shea butter in the nation today. I do forecasts, I do analytics, and I study other people's analytics, and I found out that this is climbing to the charts as being one of the #1 moisturizers in the nation. I have sales managers in Hawaii, California, Virgin Islands, North Carolina, New York, Texas, and here in Las Vegas. So it's spreading around the nation slowly but surely. This is a marathon, it's not a race. So, I'm not waiting for this to happen overnight. There's a process. This process is presenting a great product and understanding my customer base and making sure that I can deliver. Now, that's the #1 thing right there for my business to be successful is I have to meet the demand. A lot of businesses that I've focused on are not doing very well because they can't deliver. What I mean is they get all these orders and they can't fill them. Or when they fill them, they're not professionally delivered. The packaging is not right. The greeting cards, the invoice, none of that is properly taken care of. It's just kind of like, here's a box, here's your shea butter, and that's it. Well, I've taken everything that doesn't work for everyone else and I've modified it. Mm-hmm. And that's what separates me from being a different business owner and being a male business owner in this beauty world. You have to, it's like being a minority in America. You have to go extra hard. You have to know that these women know what they're doing. They know their product. And you have to prove yourself. You're not going to come in as a guy and be cute and think that that's going to get you in the door. No, you're actually trying to take these spots from these women. These women have been doing this for years. This is what they master in. And here you come along as a male. Oh, you better have your stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that my marketing and my customer service skills, my PR is the key. Not my pretty smile and my handsome face and my nice suit and my glossy business cards. No, that doesn't do anything. You know, it's all about the product. The product is bigger than me. And I have a great product, a consumable product, and I can go on and on about this because I'm so excited about what I do.
Yeah, I love the product. Ever since I first tried it, I met you at Jazzy Chick, and you had all your fragrances out. One, I love natural skincare. I'm always trying to find ways to use products without chemicals. So that's very important to me. And the fact that you go so far to finding even making it smell really good, but using something that doesn't harm the body, because you can have all the natural products, but then when it comes down to fragrance, I think sometimes people just skimp on it and just get something because it smells good, not knowing that you pretty much just ruined your natural, the naturalness of your product, and you just cut your benefits in half because now you've added a chemical to that. So
and I mentioned the word earlier, and I just want to stress this on what you just said, piggyback on what you said. Know the ingredients. Know the ingredients. Okay, I just wanted to say that.
Definitely. And you know what? I think that it is the product, but it is also you. I've seen you set up at many events, and you're approachable. You answer questions. Even the ladies that work with you are super nice. And so when people buy, they definitely are also buying because of you, and because of the customer service that you guys provide. So it's the product, yes, because when you get home, sometimes when you're trying something, when it's right there with you, you are not getting the full, you know what I mean? You're not getting the full of what it can do. But I think that customer service and how you treat people when they're shopping with you is what gets people to buy even more. And then when they take it home and they use it after days and saying, dang, after 12 hours, my hand, I'm not ashy yet. I don't have to keep applying this over and over. Or I love the smell. I keep getting compliments about the smell. I think that adds to it. I think that's so important. So I definitely applaud you. So why shea butter?
Oh, wow. Well, because I didn't know anything about the limousine business, because I was too frail and old to jump into the tow trucking business, and because I knew nothing about business. And how I can start with this answering your question is I never wanted to start a business. I never wanted to sell my shea butter. Circumstance happened, and everything was just so serendipity that it was just obvious to me. I just had to buckle up and enjoy the ride. If I could share with you, because I know a lot of people, when they listen to your podcast, they're pretty much just like me. They're just learning information. So I just want to share my story. I'm not bragging about anything. I'm not trying to glorify anything. I want to educate people, because there are people out there just like me, 57 years old, been working for the man forever, retired, and looking for an opportunity to do something different to supplement the income loss that they, are not receiving. So I'm going to share the story about why shea butter. I worked in the allied health field for 7 years. I graduated from college, and I always wanted to be in the medical field. So I did got my degree and applied for different hospitals. And I found my niche, which was being a front line, they call it unit clerks. And the unit clerk, we provide service for the whole emergency room. We pretty much are the air traffic control. So we run everything. We're constantly moving around. We schedule imaging. We talk with nurses and doctors, customers, staff, everyone. So you cannot walk around with any loud smelling fragrance. No, everyone had no smell. But those that did got approached, and it's like tone it down or find another job, because this is where you cannot wear any cologne. So me myself, I've always wore musk oil, essential oil, not essential oils, Muslim oils. And that really was mild. Egyptian musk is very mild, very friendly, non-offensive. And I remember one day I ran out of shea butter because I used shea butter all my life instead of Vaseline and lotion. And I was running out, but I threw in the Muslim oil with the shea butter, and I started using it with thinking about no repercussions from it, because I still had my same scent. But every time I walked by somebody, they complimented it. Why are you complimenting it now and never complimented it before? Well, the shea butter allowed the Muslim oil to sit on the top of my skin, on the dermis, while the Muslim oil soaked into my skin. So I had this perfect balance. I didn't think anything of it, but until someone said, hey, we wash our hands here at the hospital all the time. Can I have some of that stuff that you use? Oh, sure, here you go. She took it up to a unit. They came back down. Hey, do you have any more of that stuff? I said, sure. And the next day I came in, someone said, hey, I would buy a jar from you, if you want to sell it. So I made a jar and I sold it. And this is no lie. There was a line of 5 people when I came into work waiting for a jar to put in an order. So I knew I had something. People were asking for something that I did not even intend to sell. Boom, the Capricorn mind in me said, this is your business right here. So I just basically started making it for the hospital, people in the hospital. And after that, we got flooded and Hurricane Harvey, we lost everything. And the government gave us a $25,000 business loan for any business. And it was serendipity. Just thought about starting my own business, and I invested it in myself, invested it in shea butter, learned the business, moved to Vegas, and I got a booth in the swap meet, at the fantastic swap meet. And I had no clue. I never ran a business. I didn't know what to do. People laughed at me when I got there. They said, what are you doing? I go, I don't know. What was so funny, Rach Da Gem, is that I had just started and I had a line around the corner. People came over from other booths going, what are you selling in here that's making people come back? I said, shea butter. And they said, there's no way. And they bought a jar and they started understanding the consistency of my shea butter and how I fuse in the oils. And they said, you have a gold mine here, because it's a product that Black people use every day, all the time, multiple uses, and they come back for more. That was the key. But a business owner told me the key here is you. They're buying into you, not the shea butter. And that's when I had to step down and say, okay, my product is not all that. It's me. So I knew it was okay to be me, and I started selling and promoting myself, which was good humor, being real and exposing myself, not lying to the customers, being Black, staying true, staying really Black. I have a Black product, I sell to Black people, and I'm a Black business owner. And I said, I am not trying to be anything other than that. And that's when I took off, when I became true to who I was and true to my people. And here I am till this day. I'm reaping the benefits of taking care of Black people. I hear a lot of people say, hey man, I don't want to sell to Black people. They're the hardest customers. Black people are not the hardest customers.
We can't be, because we spending all the money. What do you mean?
See, you understand. Black people are not the hardest customers. And they say I don't like working with Black people because of this, and because everyone, if you ask 100 people, 100 people have different reasons why. But I love working with Black people.
Mm-hmm.
I love the challenge because it reminds me of Showtime at the Apollo. If you can't win Black people over,
Oh.
you really don't know what you're doing. You're not going to win. So my job every day is to make sure that I win Black people over because I want to win at the Apollo. You
Right.
know, I want to be that guy that say, if Black people approve of me, my business, and my product, I'm good. I'm good. And people say, you know, you should sell to white people. No, this is a Black product. I'm not spending 80% of my time trying to sell to somebody that's not going to come back. You know, I have my wife is Asian. My friends are white. My sister-in-law is white. I sell to them. They never come back. It takes them a year to use my jar, where Black people, it takes them 2 weeks to use my jar and they come back. So I just want to say that, you know, running a business is not really about having a great product. It's covering all the bases. That's running a business. Knowing your consumer, knowing how to market. If I had $10, I would spend 9 of it on advertising. That's what I learned. Advertising is the key. Advertising. You know? And that's how I get my labels are great. You know, my social media skills are they're okay. But I realized that Facebook is not a place for me as a professional business owner. LinkedIn is my friend, and I've created my own platform.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just feel like everyone has to think outside the box. If you're not jumping on this social media, create your own platform thing, you're going to get lost in the dust at this point.
Yeah.
You know, the old days are gone. Business cards, posting a picture on Facebook and expecting people to get excited about your product. No, you have to come out with some bomb commercials, videos. You know, you really got to excite the senses because the competition is real.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that answered your question, and I hope anybody's listening that's trying to become a business owner can understand that business is hard, but when you are a Black business owner, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Being denied finances to support your business, being frowned upon. People walk by you and they look at your product, but then when they look and see you behind the booth and you're Black, they walk away. You know, that is real. But my job is to run after them and pull them back and ask them why they ran away. And they haven't even tried my product. And usually I make the sale.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I love the fact that you said that you don't necessarily need to sell to anyone else but Black people. And this is what I continue to tell people. If we are the biggest consumers, why can't we consume our own products? And so we don't necessarily need anyone else to support us to be successful. And so I've created this world where, me personally, I love dealing with Black people. Yes. And my world is surrounded by amazing Black people, okay?
Yes.
And if you're not surrounded by amazing Black people, that sounds like a personal issue to me, okay?
Agree. Well, you know, and the great Black Wall Street, I love that story. I watched the documentary. Me and my wife, we visited Tulsa, and we saw the history there of the Great Wall Street. And that story is synonymous of a lot of things. It's a blueprint, actually, on how we should be able to survive this world. And that's create our own community. I believe, what was the other one named? Greenwood? Was it Greenwood? Have you heard of Greenwood?
What city was it in?
Greenwood was a community in the South that strived on a Black community. I believe they had a TV series with Mary J. Blige in it. I believe it was called Greenwood. Well, anyway, the point I'm making here is that there was community of successful Black people. I mean, we had our own physicians, realtors, lawyers, people with PhD on movie theaters. We had our own airport, our buses. We were a thriving community, and that really worked against us at that time in the early 1900s, because a small bit of Black success is okay. But when you have a city of Black people that's successful, white people don't take to that too well.
Right.
You know, I mean, they were actually coming into Tulsa to get loans that they would turn down in their own town. And we would give white people loans, business loans, because, you know, they weren't, whatever reason they had for not qualifying. But that's what I'm trying to get back to, and that's building a community base. And it's starting with one shea butter, one jar at a time. And I say that because I build a platform. This is the first time I'm exposing this because I didn't trademark it yet. But then again, you know what? I'm not afraid of anything. I'm a risk taker. I created a platform called Black and Mortar.
Mm-hmm.
Black and Mortar is a take from brick and mortar. They're gone are the days of brick and mortar, where people get a store and people are coming out in groves and shopping. Not this year, not in 2020, that's not gonna happen. So you have to kind of readjust and modify how you do business. So I started a platform called Black and Mortar, where I turn Black people into retail shops.
Mm-hmm.
I send them the product and teach them how to work inside of my platform, but they owe me no money. If they say I need $3,000 worth of product, I send them $3,000 worth of product. It's a trust factor. Black people need someone to trust them first and foremost. Secondly, they have no capital right now. So I don't want your money. I want your trust. I want a relationship. I want to get that first. The money will come. I'm not hurting on that end. What I'm hurting from is the trust of Black people, trusting people when something happens, they go, oh, what's the catch? You're up to something. Well, I'm not up to nothing, but just trying to build a community one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, if I can get people to start becoming entrepreneurs, then I can go on the next 20 years and be happy with, you know, why I'm doing this business. And it's all to put people under apprenticeship. You know, some people don't know how to run a business. They don't have the capital. They don't have the capabilities. I have all that.
Mm-hmm.
I have all of that. So all I need is the right people that influencers. If you're not an influencer, I can't use you. You're not going to do me or yourself any good. So if you are an influencer, I am the person that you need to contact. I have the product. It's proven. It's nationally used throughout the U.S. And anyone can reach me at sheabutterscented@gmail.com. Leave me an email and let me know. I can get you started running your own business. I will work for you. Never has that been said. People say, oh, you work for me. Everyone wants to ride the ego. You know, hey, I want you to work for me. No, I want to work for you. I want to work for everyone out there and be a supplier, be a distributor, and help my Black people just get over the hump. I'm not trying to say, Rach Da Gem, I'm going to make everyone rich, but at least give them enough money to where they don't have to cry, steal, beg, or rob.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I see it.
I love that. So that kind of leads me to my next question is, I know that you said that you had sales reps in all of these different cities, and, you know, a couple of different countries. How did you plant yourself in these locations to have those sales reps?
Well, I retired from the airlines first and foremost, so I don't want to make it seem like, you know, I'm this magical guy in business that made all this happen. And it's kind of like, wow, he's lying. No one can do that. Well, I lived in every state. I lived in 13 states, 5 countries, all over the world. That was my playing field. Mm-hmm. And I've had some great relationships with everywhere I lived. And I reached back to these people, and through social media, they're watching me going, you really have something going on. I would like to help you out. I said, I would like for you to help me out. and that's basically all it is, Rachel, is relationships that I built all around the world. and everyone's saying I have something and they want to be a part of it. I don't have a problem with that. Normally people say, well, you weren't here when I first started and helped me build this, so I don't need you. You're just trying to reap the benefits. Good, I want you to. That's my goal. I don't look at things where I think people are out to get me. I think people are out to use me. I have something that they can use, and I want them to use me. You know, most people say, they don't like the word being used because they don't have anything, and or they have very little. And I get that. But I do have a full functioning company that's profitable, very profitable. So I can allow people to use me and take advantage of the opportunities that I can give them. I can only give them what I can give them.
Right. Yeah, I love the relationship talk because when it comes to business, I feel that you can make a lot of great things happen just based off of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friend over at Black Equity Podcast, we talk about this all the time, that it's a relationship that you have with these people that can help your business grow, that can help you catapult into different places, help others catapult into different places. Yeah. And when people want to take the relationship out of business, that's when you want to look at them a little sideways.
You can't survive. There's just business. It goes hand in hand with relationship, and which goes hand in hand with PR, which goes hand in hand with marketing, which goes hand in hand with success. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Definitely. So I want everyone to know where they can find and buy your product. And if they're wanting to go out there and start their business with shea butter and spread that shea butter across America, we need it because there's a bunch of actually people out there. It's a couple in my house. We use it. And it's amazing. Definitely on the elbows. So let everyone know where they can find you.
Well, I have launched a new product, so I want to share that too. Okay. But right now, people can reach me at SheaButterLasVegas.com. It's very hard to remember, so you don't have to write it down. I'll just say it again, SheaButterLasVegas.com. And that will give you the option of seeing all the different fragrances. First of all, I expose all the reviews that I received from people. I received quite a bit of reviews. Actually, I depend on reviews because this is a product that you need to touch, feel, smell, and wear. And it's very difficult to be a first-time buyer if you don't know what other people think of your product. So that's the one thing that stood out. I have too many to put on there. I think I put 17. I think that's the maximum allowed before my graphics started, getting really ugly. So you can see the reviews and hear real people, and it shows that it verified that they bought the product. So I just want people to believe. Rach Da Gem, if anybody asks me to explain what shea butter is, if someone comes up to me and go, hey, what is this? What is shea butter? I don't waste my time. I don't spend 80% of my time trying to explain something to you that you don't know about, because 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to use it. It's going to sit on your shelf and you may not come back. But what I'm going to do is make sure Black people have it first because they know what it is. This is something that's been used for generations and generations of before us. And once I get Black people to have it in their home and replace all the toxic moisturizers that they have, then I'll think about wasting my time on other people. But I'm so focused on my Black people at this time with all that's going on in this world today that I don't have time to focus on anyone else. Not saying I don't like white money. I'll be a fool to sit here and say that I don't like white people's money, but I'm going to join the hip hop bandwagon first. I'm going to do my hip hop, and then white people, they'll catch on soon. They'll catch on. When I say white people, I'm trying to cover every demographic from the Asians to Hispanics as well, and the Indians. They'll catch on. They'll catch on. But I'm not going to shy away from my people on a product that I know that they want. Not that they need. Everybody needs something. But the people that want it is the people that's going to buy it. And that's what I focus on. Everyone goes, oh, I need shea butter. but that doesn't mean you're going to buy. People say, I want shea butter. Those are the ones that are going to buy. So I focus on and find you guys. I will find you. I am the Ashy Avenger. Don't worry. If you know someone that's ashy, don't worry, I'll find them. You know, this product will travel in someone's home, and it just how it works. They go, what are you using? Why do you smell so good? I don't even have to, I've never sold a jar of shea butter in my life. All I do is give it to people, and it takes care of itself. You know, and Rach Da Gem, I just want to say that I've created a new product where I infuse CBD with my shea butter. Now, this particular product is a little bit edgy because the myth is Black people think CBD, they think THC. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, do the education, know your ingredients first. Know your ingredients, because I could sit here and talk isolate, broadband, full spectrum. I could talk all that about CBD, but you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So know your ingredients first. So that way, when you do talk to me or you do read my post or my Facebook page, my website, you'll understand what I'm saying and you won't jump to a conclusion and think THC. But this is the most hidden secret right now. It's not a hidden secret anymore. It's exposed. I fuse CBD with my shea butter. No one else is doing that. No one else is doing that right now. They'll say shea butter is in there, but I am 99.9% pure shea butter, 1% CBD, and it has taken off. It's really doing good right now.
Nice.
So I mean, to answer your question, people can find me at Shea Butter. I'm sorry, Shea Butter Scented at Gmail or SheaButterLasVegas.com, and my CBD website is GoldenSpaOrganic.com. GoldenSpaOrganic.com. And just for your listeners, I'll go ahead and send you a discounted coupon to give all of your listeners.
Okay.
For all those that, you know, want to come to my site. And if you're interested in learning more about the Black and Mortar, you know, just email me. I'll be glad to help you out and get you started. I don't have a problem with that. Actually, tonight I have to work with a new sales rep in California.
Nice. I love that you set up that whole system for yourself, because I think people, and it's not even so much multi-level marketing, but it's just a way to get your product out there. You don't do the work. You're helping people be successful, make money for themselves, and you're elevating your products. I think that's genius.
Well, you have to work on a new system with all that's going on with the with COVID right now. Yeah. So old school style was anything that was pre-February 2020. That's old school, you know, and you have to really find out a new way. You have to know the frequency of what's going on. You know, you have to know the economy. You have to know the forecast. You have to know all of that, what's going on. And all I did was adjust, you know, level marketing. Well, people try to compare me to that, but then they immediately, you know, change their mind once they learn more about it. You know, I'm just trying to help people out. I don't need people to judge me. I need people to understand me. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm here to help. And those that are looking for financial assistance, you know, I'm your guy. And simple as that, Rachel. It's just simple.
Nice. Well, definitely make sure you reach out, follow him. I'll tag you on all the posts, of course. And watch out for that coupon code, because I'll definitely go ahead and post that as well. I want to thank you so much for spending some time and dropping so much knowledge and information on the listeners. You're definitely an asset now to Melanin Boulevard. So those episodes that you were listening to before, now you're a part of the group. You definitely added value to it. So I appreciate it.
Well, you know, one of the things I would like to do, and thank you so much for having me, is I like to put my money where my mouth is. There's one of my mentors is the Black Eagle on Sirius XM on the Urban View. He always say, before you open your mouth, know what you're talking about and have some facts. And stop saying what you're gonna do and just do it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm a firm believer in that. You know, when people say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," or "Look out for this," look out for that, that's something that I don't do. I don't talk about something. I do it, and I'm sharing with you everything that I have. There's nothing I have to create. My platform and my product is rock solid. It is what it is, as the old saying goes. So what I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and send $50 to the um, a black business. Let's see, Melanin Boulevard. I would like to send $50 to you. How about you? So if I could get your PayPal, Cash App, or something, I would like to show my support because I don't know how podcasts work. I don't know how you get paid, if you get paid, or what. I don't know. But what I do know is that I could support you because you're supporting me.
Oh, I so appreciate it.
If you could send me your Cash App, or even, you know, after we finish, I would appreciate that so I can get that to you right away.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely a support. Definitely will always rock the shea butter. My kids love it.
Beautiful.
And you know what? I'm going to say something because nobody knows this, right? And so it might sound weird, and it just is what it is. So during this whole shutdown, right, I was like, this is a great time to like detox your armpits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Detox your armpits and like get rid of the toxins. And so the whole shutdown, I have not worn, like, I use toxic deodorant. I switched my daughter to like a organic deodorant, but I've been using toxic deodorant all my life. So it's a little different. So I was like, I'm going to detox my armpits. And I use shea butter under my arms. No lie, I swear. And so nobody knows that. I told my mom that, but nobody else knows that. But I literally detox my armpits, and I'm just like, you know, just to have something under there, a little moisturizer under your armpits and a little scent. I've been good. I'm just saying.
Well, you know, we're grown, and this is a podcast, and I do care, so I'm going to say this. I found out, men, if you're listening, one of my biggest clients, which is Masterpiece Barbershop, actually one of my first wholesale clients, Masterpiece Barbershop here in Las Vegas, and the owner was buying shea butter from me left and right, and he wanted a gallon for himself, and he's a big guy, you know. But I said, okay, no problem. Money is money. And I asked him, how and why do you go through so much shea butter? He said, I use it from head to toe. And he said, I mainly use it on my balls.
Oh my God.
And I knew, no. Check this out. This is very important that I say that, because with men, we never, ever had anything that we can put on our woohoo. Never, because of the harmful chemicals. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. You guys are extra careful. Yeah. But we had nothing. And there was always this thing about our woohoo area. It smelled. Well, that's one of my selling points, believe it or not, to men. And I do quite well selling to men. I go, hey, you can use this on your woohoo. And they go, no way. And under your arms, I've heard that from people.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, it surprises me because it wasn't intended for that. But it's now letting me know that I could stand behind this on every part of your body. So that was my point. You know, people use it on their ashy feet, in between their toes. You know, the hair. I knew a young lady that uses it primarily on her hair.
Edges, for sure.
People say you can't use it on your face because it clogs your pores. Not shea butter, maybe Vaseline, you know, maybe lotion or this other stuff. But that's not how shea butter is made. It's made to heal your skin and to allow, you know, the moisture to come out of your body. So it's a great healing property. And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem.
I was trying to say the word woohoo, but
no, I mean, it's good to know. And I was like, when I told my mom, I was just like, I have not been wearing deodorant this whole time, just so you know. Wow. This whole shutdown, because I wanted to detox, but listen, I do a lot of running around, and I just can't be out here funky, and you know what I'm saying, because you have to detox those toxins from wearing that, you know, the Dove, the Suave. That's what I've been using. Those contain aluminum, and
Well, let
so
me. Well, answer this question. How effective is it?
I have no problem.
Okay.
And it's not like I'm a funky person to begin with, but
Mhm.
it was a concern because I'm like, you know, this is a perfect time to kind of, when those toxins come out, it's not going to smell like roses. So you have to get it out. But, and the fact is, like, I don't even have to use it every day. I just put shea butter on, you know, when I'm leaving the house, under my armpits, but, you know, moisturize my hands and the rest of my body. But it definitely helps. And I have no problem. Like, I haven't bought deodorant since the shutdown.
I'm not gonna lie, neither have I. I haven't used. I haven't bought I have bought deodorant 2 years ago. I still have it in my bathroom. I just never use it because I use my shea butter. You know, and this is something that. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I never sold that. I never sold that.
Yeah, and no lie, it works. And you know, even after the shutdown, having to go out and get back into the community and, you know, go to the store, I make sure I use the shea butter because I want to see. You know, I tested it out. I want to see. Let me go out here with these kids. Let's hit the park or whatever and see how it works. And I have no problems. Have no problems. So.
Well, here's what I'll do, Rachel. I'll do one even better. And I know you said thank you, good night, and get off my podcast. I heard you. But what I'm going to do, Rach Da Gem, is I'm going to upgrade the discount coupon that I said I was going to send to your listeners and offer a free jar to anyone that wants a free jar. And I'll take care of the shipping for the month of August.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Like that.
So let your listeners. Well, you ain't gotta let your listeners know. They should be listening.
They should.
And I will go ahead and make sure, you know, you're taken care of because I really love your podcast. You're like a superstar to me. I hear your voice all the time, and now I get to see your face, and it's just great to be on this platform. And thank you so much. You're actually getting me to want to do podcasts because I like this platform. This is. Yeah, something I should get into.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a great platform. It helps elevate, and I appreciate it. And make sure you guys get your shea butter. It works for everything. You can use it all over your body, obviously. So I definitely want to thank you. Make sure you follow Mr. Gerard and go to the website in order. I'll tag his social media pages as well. Make sure you are buying Melanin Boulevard t-shirts. They're still on sale. I need to promote better, you know. It's been a lot going on. But don't forget to tell your friends to tell their friends that maybe we can be friends to tune in every Thursday to Melanin Boulevard. Bye, you guys.